hopefully wake everybody up and play a bunch of videos and some cool content. Let me start with a little sizzle on Orange Comet, and we're talking about Web3 really, because we are a Web3 entertainment company. In fact, we are the leading Web3 entertainment company in the world. So let's play this. You'll see a little bit of our work, and I'll tell you a little bit more about it.
Every great story starts with a vision. Whether it's a movie, TV series, a song, or a novel, they're meant to arouse our emotions and sometimes even transform our lives. I'm Dave Broome, the CEO of Orange Comet. We believe NFTs, digital collectibles, should do the same. Born out of great design, a commitment to innovation, and proprietary technology, we are a next-generation entertainment company creating unprecedented ecosystems in the world of Web3. Led by our Hollywood pedigree and expertise in media, along with our industry-leading creative technologists, Orange Comet has captured the attention of some of the biggest IP in the world, creating cinematic metaverse environments with next-generational gaming experiences. What does that really mean? It means that we're engaging fans in ways they've never imagined, connecting virtual environments and creating brand new revenue streams that never existed. And while the technology may be fairly new, we have more than 20 years of experience in knowing how to passionately show and tell great stories for even some of the legendary icons in the world. We are Orange Comet, the leading creative and Web3 technology company.
Okay, so a little bit about myself, and I'll tell a bit more about the company as well, of course. We'll talk about Web3. My background is I'm the CEO of the company. I started to produce television and film in the late 90s, really. Started doing music shows, award shows, NBC, Fox, ABC. Then I got into the unscripted space, started a production company in the early 2000s, and from there, I started to do cable shows, and then started to get into network television on the unscripted side, where I created NBC's The Biggest Loser, which is the weight loss series that ran for about 13 seasons or so. 13 years. I executive produced that through its run. Sylvester Stallone and I put on Netflix's very first unscripted show called Ultimate Beastmaster, which is a massive physical obstacle course that you can still see on the platform. And just before I was the CEO of Orange Comet, I was filming Jennifer Lopez for the last 4 years, and I made her documentary feature called Halftime, which we opened Tribeca Film Festival with. More importantly, for what we're talking about here, I built a very high-end 3D digital design studio for about 20 years. And that's how we got into the world of Web3 and NFTs. Orange Comet is a Web3 entertainment company. NFTs are the basement floor to everything we're building. We're building ecosystems around gaming, experiences, digital wearables, with some of the biggest intellectual property in the world. NBC, Universal, DreamWorks, Sony, Warner Brothers, Anthony Hopkins. I'm going to be showing you a bunch of different clips and footage to some of our projects. There isn't another company like ours in the world. On our advisory board, we built out also a very well-rounded group. We don't publicize this, but for our purposes here, Gwyneth Paltrow, Eva Longoria, William Shatner, Oscar de la Hoya, Steve Schnurr, who's the global president of Electronic Arts, Craig Kelman, who's the chairman of the board of Warner Brothers, and many others. So we're building out a company that's very well-rounded. I know you guys have been talking this whole time about Web3 and NFTs, and I'm just curious, I guess, for the room here, about the understanding that everybody has in Web3. I don't know what kind of conversation it is, but that's been taking place over the last day and a half. But do you guys feel like you have a full-on understanding of what Web3 really is? You do, Sonny? Great. So, you know, for us, we believe that Web3 is not a bunch of fairy dust. It is and the blockchain technology is a game-changing technology that is happening for real right now. You know, we know that in the Web3 entertainment space, it's projected to do $81 billion by 2030. The FTX, and we can get this out of the way, I know people have been talking about that. There is no correlation really between a crypto exchange and what a Web3 entertainment company is doing, other than the fact that crypto exchange customers are using crypto. And up to this point, many Web3 NFT projects are being bought or purchased in crypto. But I will tell you, we made $350,000 in less than an hour selling New York Islander NFTs, purely fiat, never took one bit of crypto. And that's where the market is going in the biggest way you can imagine. So let me give you guys a little bit more detail on how we make money and what we're doing. I'm going to pull up the Andretti family right now and show you what we're doing to blend the real world and the virtual world. The Andretti iconic racing car family came to us after seeing our work and said, never seen a company like yours. How do we get into business together? That led to what I'm about to show you. This is an actual NFT pass, a real pass that a fan will collect that will open up all kinds of utility and opportunity. And that is a very important thing, because one of the keys into the world of entertainment in Web3 is to really build a community around it. Let me play this for you right now before you trigger it, Ed. We're triggering it from the other room. Nothing in this, in what you're about to see here is real. The car, the streets, the building, it's all created in 3D digital. The same way that that sizzle tape that I started by showing you, nothing was real in that tape. It's all done in-house by us. Okay, let's play this. So I don't know, Ed, if you've optimized the video because it's all kind of wonky. It's very high fidelity. It doesn't obviously have that kind of a look in real life when you're seeing it. This is just over a Zoom. But a fan who purchases that will actually have the opportunity to come into the world of Andretti. And we're building out that entire Web3 world. What does that really mean? Well, that means that they'll get those collectibles, but by owning that, they might get the opportunity to sit in on a meeting with the Andretti racing team, or go down to the pits with the Andretti family and be able to hang there, or ride alongside the Andrettis. We're also gamifying everything that we're doing in this space, and I'm going to show you how we're doing that now. We're going to play for you what we did with AMC and The Walking Dead. If you guys are familiar with that property, it's been on for 11 seasons, global franchise, massive. And that's what we're doing with all of these audiences. We're taking massive audiences around the world and bringing them into this space. So we started after AMC called us up and said, wow, look, this work is ridiculous. And the Walking Dead is a very visual show if you guys have seen the zombie apocalypse. So let me play for you the way we started. And I'm going to show you the business model as to how we're actually making money. We've done about $16 million in transactional volume just off The Walking Dead so far. We started with this tape, which is a sizzle trailer teaser. Nothing in here is real. Again, it's not footage from the show. It's all created by us in 3D digital design. Go ahead. Ed, pull up the Walker Pass next. So that's what started, got the fans going, wow, there's no way that's not real footage. Got everybody talking about it, got them sucked in. We started the program off in the NFT project and building out the Web3 with what we call the Walker Access Pass. This is what a Walker Access Pass is right now. We created all of these, and we'll play them for you. We killed the music on it for now. Fans had no idea which one of these characters, which we built and animate, they were going to get. We sold them for $311 each. We made $1.7 million in less than an hour. The 311 is because it's a nod to the 11th season of the series. They all had the same utility, meaning that you can actually get into real world merchandise, come into the beta testing, come to Comic-Con. We had people come to the series finale in Los Angeles last week. All of that was offered the same. What there was, though, was rarity with each one of these pieces. So, for example, that gold Winslow right there, we only made 50 of those. Now, one of the things, as you guys probably know, in this world, is that we've got a baked-in royalty. In this case, 10% on the back end of every single transaction we make. So not only did we make $1.7 million, that gold Winslow, one of them, the highest one, sold for $43,000 in the secondary market. We made $4,300 just on the sale of that one and the sale on many, many, many others. Millions and millions and millions of dollars in that. And here's why. We can stop showing it. We actually showed the world that the Web3 Walking Dead game is coming, which is our Web3 game. We have an entire in-house game design, game department. The gaming industry in Web3 is massive. This is a content play. What everyone has to realize, and the reason why we're killing it in this space, is that everybody was coming into this area, had a tech background or a crypto background, but not a creative background. And that's how we were able to really take over and become the leader. Fast Company featured us several months ago, did a whole article on Orange Comet, basically saying this could be the next powerhouse in Hollywood. We're not going to become the next Disney because there's only one of those in the world, but we're sure as hell going to damn try. And that's exactly what we're doing in the Web3 space. So we've been selling digital assets into the Web3 game of The Walking Dead, motorcycles, weapons, tools, making millions of dollars for this purpose. This is what we're going to show you. This is a first level run through now, a fly through of the Walking Dead lands, a collect to earn game. So go ahead and we can play it. There's no volume on this, but you'll see, hopefully, even in this shitty Zoom. Go ahead, play it, Ed. What the fly through looks like, and what the fidelity looks like. You're looking at stuff that is almost as real as it can get. And again, when you see this for real, so fans will be purchasing these cards. They'll be maneuvering through the Deadlands. They'll be actually killing walkers and collecting food and living in this environment. So you can see the whole ecosystem around everything that we're building as an entertainment company. The NFTs, as we said when I started, are just a basement floor into this. Axie Infinity has done billions of dollars. That green blob is just a beta test. You can see the fidelity of what will be was actually a real looking walker when you kind of see the work that we've been doing. So you get a sense of where this is going and why we're really commanding in this space right now.
So I have a question for you.
Yeah.
So
you can pause it, Ed.
you're using Maya for the underlying technology?
That's Unreal Engine 5.
Real Engine 5. And so finding riggers that can actually create this, that's the complication.
We have the most amazing in-house game rigging team. Again, these guys have been with me for 20 years. So, and we do this on scale. Because not only are we doing this with The Walking Dead, but after the success that we've had with AMC, they came to us and we're about to this week launch the brand new property on the Anne Rice Interview with a Vampire. Anne Rice only sold 150 million books around the world. We now are launching the Immortal Universe, where we're selling coffins, vampire coffins, and all kinds of cool tools that get you into the Anne Rice environment. And the great thing is that The Walking Dead will connect to the Anne Rice, and the Anne Rice will then connect to what we're doing with Sony for The Boys, and what we're doing with Warner Brothers for Westworld.
So you're creating separate worlds within Web3 that are.
That's right. And the interoperability between those worlds. And we're doing it by taking not just original projects, which we'll be launching soon, but more importantly, around global fan bases. The reason and how we got into this was because we felt that if you could tackle audiences that are already built in, we have millions and millions and millions of fans around these properties. All we need to do is serve them up the best content in the world and tap them and bring them into Web3. And that's what we've been doing. In fact, on The Walking Dead, an interesting stat, not scientific, but roughly 75% of the fans who purchased the Walking Dead project so far have never seen the show, ever, but they love the work. More importantly, I think, is 24% of the buyers had never purchased an NFT. So, and AMC is flipping over this because it's actually, we're able to not only create revenue, but create marketing opportunities. So now we're expanding beyond that. Let me show you, yes, go ahead.
I had a question. So you mentioned that you're tapping into existing global fan bases.
Yeah.
And now that this, again, loose figure,
That-
75%.
I'd never seen the show before.
Yeah. So, I mean, how much of that was fueled by just, the highly speculative nature of NFTs and
No, because we're not playing a speculative game. We don't, the speculative.
75% that bought this.
Yes, but they came into the project because of the game, not because they were looking to go ahead and buy NFTs to flip and make money. They're coming into it because they're looking to play the game itself. The Web3.
How many active players, I guess?
Well, we're not up and running yet. Next year is where you'll see that first level. The first quarter will be the first level will be released.
And what platform are you using to sell your NFTs?
We have a very interesting partnership with OpenSea. So OpenSea came to us, saw our work and said, how do we partner in with you? Because we haven't seen a company like yours. We said, well, what does that really mean? We're already selling on OpenSea. They said, no, we want to create a custom marketplace. So I'm going to show you something with Anthony Hopkins. Marty, will you keep me my time? Will you keep me honest? How long do I have here?
About 10 minutes.
Okay, 10 minutes. I'm talking fast. I normally do this shit in an hour. So I'm doing this in 20 minutes. Okay, thanks. So we're going to move through this quickly. I want to show you about our next partnership with the NFL. So the NFL players alumni, again, this is taking massive audiences.
NIL, so there's a whole new market.
You got that right. So we're taking the NFL now, in this case, they represent all the players, alumni represent 15,000 retired NFL players. What are we doing with it? We're building up the locker room. We're going to be releasing this at the Super Bowl. So, Ed, do you have the locker room there? So let me show you. Go ahead and play it as we're going to show you the fly through. This is a virtual world that fans are going to go to. Again, content is living in here. You're going to go through this locker room, this future environment that we've created. You're going to go be able to see your favorite retired player's locker, open it up, and sure, there'll be NFTs in there. But guess what else will be in that locker? Real world merch, real world opportunities, a streaming room, the opportunity to have content by the players in there. So this is going to get launched in Super Bowl. Kurt Warner, if anyone's a football fan, is one of our founding partners in the company. So is Gloria and Emilio Estefan. They probably own this building for all I know, since they own half of Miami. But you can see what we're building and how it's going. And so, again, this is not about selling NFTs. This is about digital collectibles in a much bigger environment. That is where this world is in the biggest way you can imagine. Yes, go ahead. Stop playing that, Ed.
Are you licensing this tech?
Yes, we don't have to license this. They came to us and said, again, we're in with you guys because the 3-year deal, 3 years.
So is this a work for hire? Or
No, it will never be a work for hire. We've turned down work for hire work. We're not interested at all. We are rev share partnerships, 50-50 in most cases with all of our IP partners. And we will invest and do the upfront costs to build this out. In many cases, we'll recoup those costs. But over many, many years, it pays for itself. Once you build these environments, you're putting the work up front and the money starts coming in an amortized way.
So the licensing cost is.
There is no licensing cost for us on these.
3
years with renewables.
So quick question, have you thought of incorporating AI technology? Because what some
Great
people
question.
have done is, and I've seen this at the Parasensible piece in Jaffa, where you can go to old people who aren't living anymore. There are pre-programmed Q&A, you charge them to the Q&A, and they actually talk to the player.
I love the AI question. So not to that point, Sonny, but am I saying your name right? Sammy, sorry.
That's all right.
I can't see the full name, Tim.
It's all
Oh, I
right.
need my damn glasses.
It's all right.
But that's a great idea. Our AI, again, we're in final talks with Warner Brothers. If anyone's seen the Westworld, that series, our AI is actually having these characters evolve. And in the baddest way you can imagine. I wish I had the deck here to show you guys. It's jaw-dropping. There is technology in almost every single thing we're doing. But the key to what we're doing is content. We cannot overlook that this is a content play. This is not about a bunch of apes, gorillas, monkeys, parrots, horses, or any other bullshit like that. This is about engaging a fan in the biggest way possible, taking a big global audience and moving them into the space. And the only way you can do that is serving them up shit that blows them away. It doesn't, anything less than that will not work. We saw it, we knew it, and we've been fortunate because I came from traditional Hollywood and moved into this space by taking a team. It's very, very, very hard to put this together. Sammy, you might have experience in this, it sounds like. It's very hard to find a team. You can't just go, well, listen, give me a whole boatload of money. I'm just gonna go find the greatest creators and developers and game people in the world. Bullshit, you will not. It will not work like that. You need to be in sync. DreamWorks, one of the most creative companies in the world who we're partnered with, came to us. You would imagine that a DreamWorks would sit there and say, well, we'll just do this shit ourselves. They can barely have enough time to do their own work, and they don't specialize in what we're doing. So that's what we got. Let me show you something with Anthony Hopkins to give you a sense of what we did. We broke a record on OpenSea, Sammy, last month. Don't play it yet. Are you from UK?
I am indeed.
Okay, good. So you'll know Sir Anthony Hopkins. So Tony,
Not pleasant.
well, we could change that. Anthony, greatest phone call in my career. I've had the fortune, in my career to work with some of the best. This call came and thought we were being punked. But he said, I saw the work and I want to partner with Orange Comet. And what I'm about to play for you, we broke a record last month, 2 months ago at this point, in a bear market, by the way, sold out in 7 minutes. I was interviewed in the Wall Street Journal 2 weeks ago and CNBC. We'll talk about that in a second. I'm going to play for you. Now, Tony is, besides being an iconic actor, is also an amazing artist. And so as an artist, his paintings sell for hundreds of thousands of dollars. So what we decided to do was take his artwork and blend it with the archetypes of characters as he played over the years. Not Hannibal Lecter, but the monster behind Hannibal Lecter. What you're about to see is a trailer that we put out. And again, even though I filmed Tony on a green screen just to get some facial expressions, nothing here is real, including Tony's face. It's all in 3D digital. Play it, please. That's one of his paintings that we recreated. Not real. So that sold out in 7 minutes, broke all records. Now we said, well, what does that have to do with Web3 gaming and what is, well, we're building characters off of everything that we've just created there. We're looking to build basically our Marvel type of world. Those characters, that's the first part of the collection. Now we're coming out with the next pieces early next year. And those characters will play in all kinds of original content, graphic novels, shorts, movies that we're building. Barry Sonnenfeld, we haven't made this announcement. It'll be coming out, the iconic director who made Men in Black and Addams Family and all that stuff, created a property called Dinosaurs versus Aliens. Came to me with it. I said, Barry, I don't know what that is, but I'm in on that title alone. I can imagine what it could be. And he showed me what it was. And it was beautiful artwork that had dinosaurs fighting aliens. He tried to sell it 12 years ago as a movie franchise, couldn't get it done in Hollywood, it was too expensive. So what we're doing, and we're going to be showing it at the gallery, Scope Gallery on this Wednesday, tomorrow, What we're doing is we're building it out as a Web3 game. You're gonna buy dinosaurs, you're gonna buy aliens, they're gonna go up against each other. We've created these amazing 3D virtual worlds, amazing Web3 games behind that, and then look to bring it back to traditional Hollywood. We own 50% of the IP with him to now bring it out and try to become the next Transformers franchise. So we're creating all worlds, all revenue streams, and all opportunities for original content.
So you're creating sims and skins for people to be able to use.
That's right.
In essence.
In essence, and we're taking that stuff and now taking it back. And again, because my world is TV and film, bringing Web3 back to traditional content. We're doing the same thing in the world of music, Universal Records. In fact, we're about to launch next year in March, the first virtual K-pop female Web3 band. What does that mean? They're not real. It's all in the virtual world. K-pop is arguably the biggest genre right now, right? And we own nearly 38% of the band. And the partnership that we made is with the biggest music producer in this space. If anyone knows BTS, the largest K-pop band in the world, or one of the largest bands in the world, they wrote most of their hits. So we partnered up with them. We're working on all this amazing artwork to build a K-pop female group, put them in this virtual environment, virtual concerts. We own 38% of the music, 38% of the licensing, 38% of the touring. That's what we're doing as an entertainment company. So again, this is not about NFTs. This is about the digital collectibles. Am I out of time? This is about the digital collectibles world and building Web3 entertainment company around that. Okay, let me stop because I can keep going and show you a lot more stuff. By the way, we are in a capital raise. We're doing a raise right now, small raise for us. I put up right here Ed Lowe, who is our chief business officer. If anyone has interest, we're working with Oasis, and you can text the name to his Arizona, Scottsdale, Arizona. So I'd be more than happy to get you all the information you're looking for. It's you know, it's a $15 million offering at this point. We're about a month into it, and we're hoping to close it out in the next couple of weeks. Questions? I'm talked this whole
We
time.
got
very
about 2
quick.
minutes for questions. Any questions? I think it's fascinating business. We'll find out more when we all go to the dinner party across the street. So Bob, do you want to come up here and introduce yourself and talk about how people can contact you about this?
Sure. Bob Steele, Oasis Pro Markets. I'm Bob at Oasis Pro Markets. You can connect me by email, but after this session, I'll be out in the common area here, and I'll hand out business cards, contact information. You got Thomas Rubio with me, and Wes Jameson is with us as well. So feel free to reach out to us. We can give you more details.